Hey Clashers, the top 3 strategies for Town Hall 12 versus Town Hall 15 to secure those 2 stars in High Legends, in Clan War League mismatches, or wherever you are. I will show you that today because we had a community challenge where you were able to push as high as possible in Legends, where you have to face a lot of Town Hall 12s to achieve that, and we will take a look at the strategies which were used. In addition to that, those top 3 spots have shared their bases, so we will take a look at that as well. But for now, if you like videos like these, if you like and would like to support the channel, and if you would like to buy anything from the in-game shop, that's always really important. So if you're about to spend any money anyways, then feel free to use the content creator code. And if you would like to support me, as I said, make sure to use code iTzu. Really appreciate that. But now let's get into it. The top 3 of the Town Hall 12 challenge. A huge thank you goes as well to Supercell, who have supported this entire project with some nice prizes. And important note before we're jumping into the first profile, we are going to do that again as a Town Hall 11 and as a Town Hall 13, but more about that at the end of the video. Now we have the first player. The first player on the rank 3 seed. That's really important. You can see at the bottom the 5,086 trophies. That's the important mark, which means it was at the end of the season. He had all of his attacks done, he had all of his defenses taken, and the strategy which he has chosen is, surprisingly enough, Super Witches. One thing which most of the strategies I feel like have in common though is the Super Wizard Blimp. I won't be surprised if we have something today in the video which is not going to be a Super Wizard Blimp, but we'll see and take a look at what different types of Super Wizard Blimps we're going to see, because something which he has told me already in advance is that he is running the Super Wizard Blimp but with a lot of wall breaks. So I think he uses up to 4 wall breaks or something like that to really make sure that he's opening up walls, being able to have like a bigger range for his Super Wizards and make sure they can move around a little bit to get even more value. So he's putting a lot of resources into this blimp, and this has to work. Like, if the blimp is failing, it is quite rough. Surprisingly enough, he is not going for the Town Hall. Instead, he is going for something further on the outside because there is not too much value around the Town Hall. This is always a bit tricky, I would say, but especially with the Super Witches, apparently, this is quite a decent option which you can go for. Next thing what he does is he's going to use the king to funnel his troops because he is kind of using a smash after that. We could try that at Town Hall 15 at some point as well, right? Like a blizzard into a smash or something. I'm not sure. Maybe that's just going to be a time fail. But either way, right now we're seeing the king walking his way down into then later stages the Super Witches, making sure that they can enter in and that they can somehow reach that Town Hall, because he still needs that second star. Because this is what you're going for. You're not going for 3 stars. This is not what is really possible. You're going for the second star. And I know this is not a fully maxed out Town Hall 15, and this is kind of how it is though. In lower Legends, which means around about 5k trophies, or in Clan War Leagues, a lot of times you're facing non-maxed bases. And this is where those attacks are really, really nice to use. But we're going to see a couple of maxed out bases as well later. I can tease you already with that. But for now, we're watching how the Super Witches are approaching this slowly core of the base. Warden ability was quite early, or I think it was even forced, which was quite unfortunate because I think he could have delayed it a bit longer. He has one more spell. He's raging the queen again. But now the question is, how does he get that Town Hall? We have one Super Witch and a giant skeleton jumping into the core. He could turn them invisible, but he's deciding against it instead. Oh, that is so risky. Instead, he's deciding that Super Witch is going to get the Town Hall, and indeed, it is going down. I think he waited all the time to see if the Town Hall is going down. Because of that, he's going to miss the invisibility spell, because he had to kind of wait and see if the Town Hall was actually going down. Otherwise, he would have had to need maybe some sneaky goblins to the core. I'm not sure, but this is going to be a nice solid 2-star. 3 town level up. You always have to remember that. That is the Town Hall 12 versus the Town Hall 15, which I always think quite impressive. It's quite nice to see that that's possible if you really put the time in, and we see that with the strategy. Super Witches is going to be rank 3, surprising enough. But this means let's take a look at the rank 2. Rank 2, we have a really crazy profile, I have to say. 5,095 trophies. His peak was overall at 5,326 trophies. That's kind of insane. You could obviously like do that with like attacking early in the day and get a really high record kinda, but then you can still take a lot of defenses. So nonetheless, getting 5,326 trophies as a Town 12 is nothing but impressive. So let's take a look at the strategy which he has chosen. And he's kind of going with something similar I did on this YouTube channel. The Blizzard Electro Dragons. He has done a couple of twists, to, like a couple of changes, a couple of twists to this strategy. First thing, he's not using a Super Wall Breaker. Second thing, he's using a heal spell instead of the freezes which I was running. So he has explained this to me. The reason is, and why he has chosen this base to share, or like this attack, is that when there's a poison tower close by to the town hall, regular Blizzard is quite tricky to actually get the value. So what he does is, he is always having the safety heal spell in his army composition, because with that he can just heal his super wizards through a poison tower, which is in some cases quite useful, like you can see over here. So he did a really nice job getting the value in the core he was looking for. And I have to say, if I would have had to attack this base, I would have been not happy. I mean, take a look at that. That's just super anti-Blizzard. You don't get really a lot of value in the core. There's the poison towers in the core. So I think already the first attack, the first strategy might have struggled here, especially with the double poison towers. So I'm not really sure if that would have worked. I mean, I don't want to be like any negative or something, but I really like the idea which he's having with this approach, using the Warden as well, because the air defenses would have not gotten enough value with like tanking for the blimp. And now he's sending his E-Dragons in from the top side. Another thing which I quite like about this strategy which he's running is he's using mainly rages. So this might sound kind of stupid, but with the rages and especially Electro Dragons, they're working really great together, because you can get a lot of chains into the base, which means you can take down buildings which might be out of range normally. And as a Tower 12, like, it is really important to take down as many buildings as possible, because 2 stars are always quite rough to achieve, let's call it that way. So getting already around about 40% by now with just the E-Dragons and the blimp is quite impressive. And now he's sending in his heroes, using the wall breakers now to get his queen back in, using some sneaky goblins on the outside to achieve that 2nd star. Overall, I think this was just, I would have had to attack this base. I would have had nightmares. This is pretty much maxed out base. I think only the bomb towers mainly are not maxed out. Otherwise, this could have been a base which is on 5.4, 5.5k trophies. Could be as well, like later in the season. So, really, respect. That was not an easy base to attack at all. So, really impressive showing. He's trying to go for some more percentages, but this is going to be around about a 60% 2-star versus such a base. That is not an easy thing to do, but you can see, even in mismatches in Clan War League and Legends, wherever you have those mismatches, you have always the option of going for safe 2-stars with those strategies which we are talking about today. And so far, my personal favorite, I have to say, has to be this strategy right now. But now the question is, what's the strategy which the rank 1 player in the challenge has attacked with? And that is on 5,106 trophies that are reset. You can see all of those 3 guys are quite close to each other. The peak was not as high on this one, but in the end it was the higher finish. Now let's take a look at the strategy he has chosen and what he went in with, and if it was another Blizzard strategy. And yes, it was. I mean, come on. Super Wizard Blimp is just the #1 way to go and approach a base if you have to hit up, which means if you have to attack a higher town level than your own. It's just so strong, being able to use those Super Wizards in your Blimp. And wherever you have to go for those mismatches, you have an important attack to go for. Use your raid medals to fill your own clan cast if you do not have a clan member to fill your clan cast, if you have no one who could donate you Super Wizards. This one attack is not going to, like, it's not that much of raid medals, and it's always worth it. to get this second star if it can be match deciding in Clan War Leagues or wherever. On this one, he's just going for the Town Hall, classic Blizzard. And now the next step is heroes. That was quite surprising because in this strategy, he does not have another Hound. Which means at this point, the only thing he has is more loons, and he can obviously support his heroes. Another thing which I found quite interesting is the other attackers so far, I believe, always use the invisibility spells in their siege machine, which means they were maxed out. You can only have your invisibility spell on level 3 on your own, as you can see, and then in their clan castle, I think it's I believe it's level 4. So it's a nice extra duration, but he's deciding to bring the poison and the haste in the siege machine because he feels like he gets more value out of those. Right now, Queen ability is forced. Just so crazy how much damage those heroes take if they're non-max and have to attack in higher town level. But right now, the king is funneling the outside. That's kind of what you're looking for. You're looking for having your heroes going around the outside because remember, most of the percentage points are not in the core of the base, but instead on the outside and where they're kind of easy to access. And this is what you're looking for with a lot of those strategies. This is another thing which he's trying right now. He's trying to make sure that he's getting the outside buildings down, or like the outside defenses, to then pick off percentage left and right. Now he's sending the loons from the top side, and exactly as I said, trying to pick off those archer towers from the top, because this gives him more percentage points. Baby Dragon and minions are then here to pick up more percentage. This is what the number one player from this challenge has used in this challenge overall. And well, now my personal ranking, because I feel like I want to put this in here as well. I think if I would have had to personally rank those 3 strategies, I think I would put number 2 on first spot, like in the first place, just by like how consistent it is. I think it might be lower percentage, but just the heal spell, like that here a lot, making sure that you always guarantee you get that town hall. That's the first thing. The second thing, place, I think in my personal ranking would be this strategy right now, which we're seeing right now, and then the rank 3 with the super witches. I am still not convinced with the super witches. I feel like if you're facing a rage tower channel 15 base, like a proper upgraded base, you're going to struggle quite a bit. So I'm not 100% sure how that goes, but either way, all of those strategies, you can find the link down below the description. Huge congrats to all of those 3 players. But now the question is, what is going to happen next? This was now a challenge for Town Hall 12, and I've already announced that there's going to be more challenges. The sad thing about this, though, is I have not upgraded my other Town Hall levels just yet. I will show you in just a second, and I mean, even the Town Hall 12 account was not even close to being maxed out, which was kind of a struggle for myself when I was pushing in Legends. So I want to have a maxed out or close to maxed out Town Hall 11, because that's going to be the next town level, and then Town Hall 13. So those new 2 town level, I'm going to promise already right now that those are going to happen. I will announce those on Discord and on YouTube. On Discord, it's way easier for you to follow because you will see exactly what you have to do. And this is kind of like all of the accounts which I have right now, and with their town level. But don't be surprised. It's looking like more accounts than it actually is, because a lot of them are quite rushed. So I can show you the town 11, for example. I have a lot of level 1 walls. I have a lot of level 1 defenses. So this will still take quite some time. I do not want to invest again that absurd amount of money to like gem everything. So it would take 1-2 months or something like that to actually try to get close to maxed. Maybe like give you some updates from time to time on how the accounts are looking. And well, then I will do the challenge again. So get ready. Make sure that if you're a Town level 11 player or a Town Hall 13, you can get ready and join the challenge, because I hope that I can do that again with Supercell, because the top 3 players got each a Supercell VIP merch box and some gems from Supercell as well. So huge thank you goes to Supercell as well for kind of sponsoring this event. And yeah, as I said, I promise that those 2 town level for sure will happen as a pushing challenge for the community. I myself will push as well. And yeah, I have to announce when this is going to happen, because you can see it. I need some more time to actually upgrade my village. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope those 3 strategies were helpful for you if you have to face Town 15s in Clan War League or wherever you are as a Town 12. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next Clash video. Until then, see ya and bye bye.